But I really think that eventually, as we go on this pathway to becoming the higher expression of ourselves, or you could say aligning to Christ consciousness, you will always end up serving humanity, and you will become, you could say a master who serves, who teaches humanity through your perfect self or your divine expression. Seeking out to serve initially and at the very beginning can become such a powerful practice, because from my experience, like I talked about, I've practiced world service so much through healing planet Earth, and I still do it every day to this day, that I've experienced the karmic rewards that you get from practicing world service. And what I mean by that is, you could talk about something called karma yoga, which is about doing selfless service to others without expecting anything in return. And this is not something that has to only do with Reiki or healing modalities. This is basically just helping other people. And the foundation of it is simply doing whatever you can without thinking about yourself to help someone else. This could be doing favors, donating money, helping the poor and the people in need. As we talk about this conversation, the spiritual practices are, of course, the most relevant and interesting. And that's why I want to share this message with your viewers, that you can do this through Reiki every single day. You can do it intentionally, where you sit and you meditate and practice sending healing to planet.
Hi everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My guest today is Jonas Kristensen. Well, I believe I've pronounced that right. Hi Jonas, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Paul. Thank you so much for having me on the show. It's an honor.
Oh, it's a pleasure, and we can't thank you enough for giving up your time to be here and share your story with our listeners. Now, Jonas, I haven't done an introduction because you do so many different topics. I know you focus on specifics. Can you do your own intro? Do you mind?
No, I'd love to. And as you say, I've been very deep in so many different spiritual practices and different healing modalities. So I am probably mostly known to people from YouTube, where I have several YouTube channels. A lot of people know my channel called Raiki Master Jonas Kristensen. And that's, of course, a channel where I do remote Reiki healing for all people who would need it. So it's all free and everybody can access it on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and also Snapchat. This is my main or core channel where I want to help as many people as possible all around the world. And I've done this channel in English and also in Spanish, Hindi, and also Chinese. And I hope in the future to expand to other languages as well, with the goal of doing like global healing for as many people as possible around the world. Then I also have a channel focused on subliminals and hypnosis, also combined with Reiki. So this channel is called Hypno Guru. And the goal or purpose of these videos is to combine subliminal messages which affect the subconscious mind to have a certain effect on the person, and then combine it with Reiki energy for this same specific purpose. So an example would be, if you wanted to heal your body, there's a video which has Reiki for healing and repairing the body specifically embedded in the video. And in this video, there's also embedded subliminal messages that access your subconscious mind to heal and repair your body as well. And from my experience and the experience of my listeners and users, this has a tremendous effect. And I think I've never found a channel like it, which combines these two different modalities. Then lastly, I have another channel called Divine Manifester, which was my first channel. And in here you will find both Reiki and also a bit of magic, subliminals, and mostly mantra chanting music, where I have almost all mantras that you could ever imagine available on this channel for people to chant and sing these mantras, to hone in on these incredible benefits you can have from chanting mantras. This is Hindu mantras, Sanskrit, Hebrew, Chinese, almost all the sacred languages that you can imagine. So as you can hear, I have many interests, and I've had a long journey in the spiritual realm, you could say, since my awakening in my early 20s. So right now I'm mainly focused on the Reiki aspect of spirituality, because I feel like this is such a tremendous tool to help people in such an easy and productive way. And
Yeah.
especially through social media, you can reach thousands of people every single day, and
Yeah.
helping them out, and also helping out people specifically with their problems. And every
Yeah.
single day I just learn more and more about what Reiki can offer, and that there are really no limits to the things you can do with Reiki.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's amazing. And thank you for that introduction. As I said at the start, you do so much, and you're doing so much. And what comes across quite really powerfully is your passion of what you're doing. And you can really feel that coming through the screen. So before we always like to know the beginning of someone's journey, and so people themselves that, you know, maybe starting to open themselves can understand that process of that awakening. What was your spiritual awakening? What happened to you, Jonas?
Well, it's in my early 20s, it all sort of started. And just to give you some information about who I was before I started all this, I was kind of, the go-lucky guy who loved sports, very science-oriented. I've never really been interested in anything religious or spiritual, for that matter. And then at one point, when I was a student, I worked at a ferry in Denmark. I come from Denmark in Northern Europe.
Yeah.
And as I worked there at the ferry, I worked in the restaurant, in the VIP section, where I was waiting tables. And I've done this 100 times. And then suddenly, this one day, I just come up to a table where there's an older woman sitting with her husband.
Yeah.
And as I approach this table, this woman, she grabs my arm, and she looks at me like she's seen a ghost, and she says to me that I'm going to help a lot of people. And in this moment, I thought it might be a joke or something. And then I looked
Yeah.
to her husband, and he looked so serious and so stable in a way that it just seemed legit. And then I started talking to her more. And she told me she was from something called Organization of Light. And from my knowledge now, this was an organization where they practiced meditation and channeling and, intuitive practices. And she was able to receive messages. And at that time, I had no idea. So I thought that was a funny and amazing experience to have. And
Yeah.
I kind of believed it at that point, but then a couple of weeks later, I found this guy online who was like whispering, and he said that he had channeled a book from the guides about Christ consciousness. And at that point, I've read maybe 2 books or something in my life, but I just knew I had to have that specific book. And then I bought the book, of course, and I read it, and this book just opened me up and popped me like a popcorn. So it was about aligning to Christ consciousness and awakening, and you had, of course, to willingly do this of your own free will.
Yeah.
So you had to say yes to doing and going through this transformation. And after that, it was like I walked into a portal to a totally different world, which was, of course, a transformational process where I was awakened to a new stage of consciousness. And from that point on, I just got extremely passionate passionate and interested in all spiritual topics, and I started reading and practicing whatever I could get my hands on. And then at that point, I moved to the capital to study. I got into my bachelor's degree. I have a bachelor's degree in global nutrition and health, and later on, I took a master's degree in health science. And as I studied in Copenhagen, I had this suddenly this opportunity to be by myself in this big city, and none of the people who were usually around me had any influence on me, so I could just freely discover all the spiritual stuff that I had available in this big city. So I started going to something called Theosophical Fellowship and
Yes.
Theosophical Society,
Yes.
which probably a lot of your listeners may be aware of. And in this society, just to maybe outline what theosophy is, theosophy comes from the word divine wisdom, theos and sophia, divine wisdom. And it's a spiritual philosophy and system that is very universally oriented, and it teaches people about esoteric topics that's available. So what I learned in Theosophical Fellowship and Theosophical Society was practicing world service meditations, and also, you know, being receptive to energy. So in these societies and fellowships, we gathered in large groups of people, and we meditated together for, you know, world peace and healing the earth and healing humanity, and also all beings on planet Earth. And these were the first times where I really experienced the power of energy, and, you know, having experiences of higher consciousness, and just stepping into a room and just feeling love everywhere around you. And at sometimes you were brought to tears because it was so powerful and so beautiful, having these experiences. And it was just an incredible time for me, and also a time where I got a bit fanatic because this was all new to me. So, you know, I thought I was having this powerful awakening all by myself, and maybe I was something special. But of course, this is, you know, just a wave going through planet Earth, one wave at a time, awakening as many people, hopefully, as possible. And as I was in Theosophical Fellowship and Society, I practiced these world service meditations for a long time. And this was also a time where I read a lot of theosophical books. Some of your listeners may be aware of Helena Blavatsky and Alice Bailey, who are already also very oriented on world service and, you know, finding your individual dharma to serve planet Earth and to help people in the specific way that you came here to help people. And that's, you know, really something that stuck with me, you know, finding exactly the abilities that you can bring to the planet to help as many people as possible. And that's been my goal from day one. And it's always something that I can think back on. And also the old woman who started it all with her message to me that I was going to help a lot of people is something, you know, it could be just a funny thing that she told me, but it's something that just comes into my mind and fuels me with motivation and a kind of fire to keep going.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And it's interesting. She could have been the spark that passed the spark on, like the baton, you know, like the relay, trying to connect to so many people. You've kind of said so many things that I want to ask you about. First of all, alignment to Christ consciousness. Now, we've never had anyone talk about the Christ consciousness on here. We'd love to know a little bit more, especially for new people that don't understand that idea. Can you talk about, from your own, obviously it'd have to be from your own perspective, what that was like for you, aligning with Christ consciousness?
Yeah. I would say that, you know, Christ consciousness is, or aligning to Christ consciousness is a process that's very akin to or similar to the process that you would know as Ascension.
Yeah.
And it's about, you know, aligning to the frequency of Christ consciousness in a way, or a higher vibration. So as you align to Christ consciousness, and you do this consistently and of your own free will, and you say yes to this transformation, you of course in a way sacrifice the old self, and the darkness and anything that is of a low vibration. And you slowly but surely release all these old paradigms, all the old energies, to align to a higher alignment of who you are in a way. And Christ, or Christianity, is a very loaded term, because it's very religious for a lot of people. But Christ consciousness is also something that could be explained using terms like the divine spark, or simply the soul, or the higher self coming into you know, the incarnated personality on earth. So as you align to this higher vibration of who you are, you slowly integrate the divine spark that you are, and you have come here to represent, into you know, the body and the consciousness, and everything that you are. And then you become this natural higher expression of yourself, which is the ascension process in a way. And as, yeah, of course.
Sorry,
Go ahead.
I was just sorry. I don't mean to interrupt it, but this is quite. I think this will help viewers in terms of the practical side of things. Is it literally setting the intention to align? Is it multi-layered, like from everything from self-healing, better diet? Is it a combination of all, or is it literally just an intention?
I would say for myself, I've experienced a complete transformation of my life. And I think it's very individual, actually. That's also why I talk about becoming the expression of who you are as an individual, and finding your own path in the world. But I would say it's a complete transformation. And eventually, as you go on this path of ascension, you experience, as they also teach in Theosophy, certain initiations. So you become initiated both on the physical level, the emotional level, the mental level, and also on the higher spiritual levels, until you reach, you know, the complete expression of the divine in yourself. So I think it's a process that you go through your entire life. And I think the main focus of it all is to come here to serve your purpose in the world, which is why world service is so important.
And that was my next question. Again, the idea of service. Can we explain that to our viewers? The idea of service and what that does energetically when we give ourselves a service.
Yeah, I'm so glad you asked that question, because I think a lot of people are so interested in spirituality and practicing spirituality, and there's so many ways and paths to take. But I really think that eventually, as we go on this pathway to becoming the higher expression of ourselves, or you could say aligning to Christ consciousness, you will always end up serving humanity, and you will become, you know, you could say a master who serves, who teaches humanity through your perfect self, or your divine expression. So seeking out to serve initially and at the very beginning can become such a powerful practice, because from my experience, like I talked about, I've practiced world service so much through healing planet Earth, and I still do it every day to this day. That I've experienced the karmic rewards that you get from practicing world service. And what I mean by that is, you could talk about something called karma yoga, which is about doing selfless service to others without expecting anything in return. And this is not something that has to only do with Reiki or healing modalities. This is basically just helping other people. And the foundation of it is simply doing whatever you can without thinking about yourself to help someone else. This could be doing favors, donating money, helping the poor and the people in need. But as we talk about this conversation, the spiritual practices are, of course, the most relevant and interesting. And that's why I want to share this message with your viewers, that you can do this through Reiki every single day. You can do it intentionally, where you sit and you meditate and practice sending healing to planet Earth. I also have recommendations in terms of what meditation you can use, but you can also do it if you go to my channel, for example, Raiki Master Jonas Kristensen on YouTube. You can find specific videos which makes you automatically, without having any initiation into Reiki or any experience in the past, it makes you able to transmit Reiki energy to planet Earth, to heal planet Earth, to bless planet Earth, simply by pressing play on YouTube. And there's also a video where you bless the people of Earth, all people, humanity, and heal humanity, simply by listening to this video, because the intention of me as a healer is to make you a transmitting station of this blessing energy to planet Earth and to humanity. And there's also a video, for example, for your own family, if you want it closer to home. And this is such an easy way to get started to do world service by simply doing this every single day.
Do you mind if I'm going to pause it right now, guys, because I'm going to try and do something I've not done before, try to push my technical ability, and I'm going to try and show the viewers at home the video you're talking about. We will put all your links in the comments so everyone can connect with you, Jonas, afterwards and see what you offer. But I'm going to try and share one now. Okay, guys, so we've actually got the video here from Jonas's page on YouTube. And this is the Raiki Master YouTube channel. And I'm going to quickly just play this so you get a flavor of what to expect. Straight away, you've got that vibration, that energy coming through. So, guys, as you can see, it's all music, energy, and that connection. And just looking at that, the background of planet Earth, you've got a mandala there. And again, I think it's the one for Earth, isn't it? If I'm right.
Flower of life.
Ah, the flower of life. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. So, guys, check this out. We will try and share some of the others too. So, but just have a little listen to that vibration again. It's so powerful. Oh, thanks, guys, for letting us play that. And again, let me just stop sharing. There we go. Yeah, really powerful. I love that. And guys, check that out. Do you sit at a certain time, or can anyone, sometimes people want to be sitting at a certain time?
People think they have to take time to sit by themselves and set the intention. And I'm all for that. And I recommend, doing and having your own meditation practice and really taking time to go deeply within yourself. But this kind of Reiki video just offers a chance to do it every single day, and especially if you have a very busy schedule. And I have kids of my own, so I know that I don't have the same time right now that I had before, where I could just use hours and hours to sit and read and meditate and do whatever I want. But I don't know if people, when you heard this video, for me, I'm very energy sensitive. And specifically for this video, I have hundreds of videos, but you can feel the energy exactly where it starts to flow in your body. And this one, of course, is to heal planet Earth. So this will often people describe that they can feel it in their legs, that they feel the energy flow through them and then out through their legs and out through their feet, actually, because you're sending this healing energy to planet Earth.
That intention.
And that's to go back to your question. Simply when you start becoming very energy sensitive, and you can sit there in the beginning if you haven't tried it before, because then you can really get into feeling the energy and, you know, understanding that this is actually real. Because a lot of people, I don't think your viewers, because they may be very interested in these topics and have a lot of experience, but a lot of people, they have to get through these you know, barriers of disbelief before they can actually start accepting that this is possible.
Absolutely.
But when you get through this barrier and you've had your time where you sit and you feel the energy, you can actually just use this energy in a very, you know, disciplined and also a mechanical fashion, where you can simply put a video like this on repeat, and you can heal planet Earth, or you can heal humanity for 2-3 hours every single day, simply by letting this video flow. And of course, I'm very focused on world service, but on my channel you'll find videos for anything, manifesting, healing, finding love, finding success, attracting wealth, and I think my most viewed video is actually a Reiki facelift. So
okay. Note to self, I'm on that one. But I obviously I'm a medium. Some guys might know that, but I felt that energy and vibration in my heart and my solar plexus, and going down slightly into my sacral. In that process, there's also are you receiving the healing as well as giving? Is there a process of duality within that?
Yeah, actually, when I make the sessions, I often feel myself receiving the energy that I send out to people. And also, I'm very energy sensitive. So when I post videos, I can actually, you know, sense this, energetic reward in a way. And it's very addictive, especially also my channel. When you think about it in this world, service kind of theory is also, you know, a channel of serving other people through energy. So it's an incredible experience, and I'm just so amazed about all the gratitude and love that I've received, and it's so humbling. Every single day, people just being grateful to you, and being able to share Reiki. And me as a Reiki master, I'm simply just a channel for this energy, because it comes from the divine. It comes from Reiki itself, which is universal life force energy, and it just flows through me as a channel, and goes out to other people. So that's very important to remember, and it's also very humbling to remember that I'm simply a channel for this energy. And I believe that the more I do and the more effort I put in, the more healing I'm allowed to give to the earth, which is just an incredible experience.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Do you mind if we share another one? And for the guys at home, just sit for a moment, get yourself 30 seconds, a minute, just to soak up the vibration. I'm going to go for one that we've talked about before, Reiki for clearing energy drains, and I believe that's blocks as well. I'm going to pause that for a sec, see if I can make it. I was going off on a tangent then. I could listen to that all night. That was great. That was great. Are you inspired by the music when you create the video?
Yeah, I've tried to, especially in the beginning, I really tried to find music that fits the energy very well. So sometimes you may have an energy which is very, triumphant and victorious, and then of course you find something that's similar in the music department.
Yeah.
But also in terms of inspired, I've made many videos. So when I do the Reiki healings, I also find that ideas simply just trickle down into my consciousness, and I know exactly what to do next. So it's a very cool experience when you start doing this practice, because it is a spiritual practice in and of itself. Doing these remote Reiki healings so many times, because you get into this state of consciousness, and you feel so blessed when you transmit this energy for other people. That is just an honor and a pleasure to receive the energy.
That was my next question, actually, because you're clearly passionate about Reiki, and that really comes across. But is there a difference between a global humanity to an individual healing session?
Yeah, definitely. You know, Reiki at its core, and what it's really known for, is hands-on healing.
Yeah,
And that's what you learn in the first initiation, is doing a traditional Reiki healing, which most people might be familiar with. This practice where you often lay on a table, the patient lays on a table, or you can be
absolutely.
seated as well. And then the Reiki master or the Reiki healer channels Reiki energy, which comes through the crown and down out through the heart chakra and out through the hands. And then you have various hand positions that you use on the client. So you, for example, might start with healing the crown chakra, then the third eye chakra, around the head, and then you go slowly down throughout the whole body, and you heal the whole body. And as I said before, Reiki is, you could say, universal life force energy.
Yeah,
And this is something that a lot of people might be lacking in certain areas of their life,
yeah,
and in certain areas of their body. And
yeah,
as you provide this universal life force energy, for example, to a shoulder that is out of order or is hurt, you can slowly restore the energy and the meridians of this shoulder, or whatever body part might be hurting. And what you also can see on my channel is that Reiki is used for absolutely anything in life. And from my experience, it's only our imagination and our language which sets barriers and limitations of what Reiki can actually be used for, because Reiki energy is universal, and it can be used for your body as well as your mind and your energy system, your emotions, and to do whatever you want in life, manifest success, attract money, attract the perfect soulmate, whatever you can imagine, which is also something you can see on my channel, that there's a video and a Reiki healing for almost every purpose.
so you could actually put all the dating sites out of business if humanity understood how to manifest love. There'd be no need for Match or Tinder, and I'm sure there's other great dating sites out there. But um, okay, here's a question, because there'll be so many people that have been unlucky in love or never found that. How do we get into is it a question of alignment, raising our vibration before we start to manifest? I know people that want to create a spiritual center, but they're trying to manifest it. What would you say to them? How could they align themselves to create that, something that's unreachable at the moment, but they know in themselves they really want, they can manifest it?
Hmm. And that's a great question. And when I talk about Reiki, this might sound like a wishing well, but of course it's much more complex than that. And I
Yeah,
think Reiki in and of itself or Reiki for a certain purpose, can be described more like wind in the sails,
yeah,
as you yourself are a captain of a boat, which you steer, and you steer it in a certain direction. But if you steer this boat towards manifesting your spiritual center, you have to use all your willpower, all your discipline, everything you've learned to manifest this thing. But Reiki can just be the wind in the sails that brings this ship to travel 10 times faster towards this specific goal if you use it right. So if you use Reiki, maybe for manifesting a spirit center, or just for achieving success, this will just push you towards that goal. But you still need to use your willpower. You still need to use your discipline, and to put in an effort to achieve a certain goal. It's not like you just sit on the couch and you just let Reiki do the job. Reiki can do amazing things, but like anything else, hard work pays off, and you have to put in hard work as well. But Reiki is just, a tool to bring you there faster, I would say.
So there's a dedication element to it as well.
Definitely.
Yeah. And that's something but I guess, especially in the West, we're all kind of conditioned. We're all stuck on our phones, and we need to move away from that and kind of get into that space where we can have that stillness and that connection and try to open. Although manifestation can be a funny thing, because in my experience, you can set the intention to manifest one thing, but you get it, but you don't until you suddenly actually that is what I manifest, but that's not quite what I was thinking. But okay, I want to come back to Reiki as well. And I know a lot of people, Reiki itself and the beginning of your journey. But if you started again, and there'll be guys out there that'll be interested in Reiki and doing Reiki. I know someone close to me actually who wants to do Reiki. It's not an easy journey. Is there anything you'd change, basically, is what I'm trying to ask? Is there something you'd do differently on your journey? What would you do first?
I think, everything has been a learning experience. So, of course, I took a lot of detours, and I used so much energy on trying all the paths out. I've done a lot of mantra chanting and done a lot of hypnosis before I ended up with Reiki. So I think it's all been a learning experience. And as I say this, I don't think I would change that much, but I would have much more wisdom in how to approach my spiritual path. And if I've used Reiki before, I think I would have achieved even more from the beginning. And that's why I think it's such a powerful tool to share with people, because using it through videos is something that makes it so easy. And it's just a tool that you can use every single day. And when you have in mind that you don't have to sit there for hours and hours in meditation, you can simply use this specific video to manifest love or to manifest success, and you just play it for an hour or two every single day. And then the energy will provide the manifestation slowly as you also work towards this goal. And it's just such a powerful tool to have for anything, for that matter, because you can use it if you're in school to have better performance in school. You can use it to become successful in your job. You can use it to solve family problems or whatnot. And I would say I wish I had this from the beginning. And I recommend Reiki for anybody, any of your listeners, and anybody who's thinking, is this for me, or am I, experienced enough? I would recommend anyone who just started the spiritual path to go get their first Reiki initiation, to simply have this tool to help yourself out in life, because it's so powerful and it's universal, and it's beyond religion. It's beyond any specific philosophy. So anybody can do it, and anybody can be initiated if they just put their mind to it.
Brilliant. The other thing I wanted to ask you, Jonas, is you're also known as a hypno guru. So how do you combine that with Reiki to give you that edge, if that's the right word?
These videos on the Hypno Guru channel is, as I talked about, it's a combination of subliminals and Reiki in the same video. So similar to my Raiki Master channel, there's Reiki energies and subliminals for specific purposes. So say if we talk about, again, attracting a lover or a mate, there's a video, for example, holding Reiki energy to manifest and attract the perfect partner. And in the same video, simultaneously, there's embedded subliminal messages that convinces your subconscious mind, which is one of the most powerful parts of your consciousness in terms of manifesting a certain experience in life. It convinces your subconscious mind that you are attracting perfect partner, you're attracting love, and you're resonating with exactly the person that you're trying to find romantic love with. And this is such a powerful combination because you both provide the person with the energy to achieve this goal, and also with the subconscious programming to achieve this goal. And the subconscious mind, when you play with it a lot, as I've done, you can really be amazed at how powerful your subconscious mind is, and you can develop your subconscious mind as well, because like I talked about with Reiki, a lot of people hold certain limitations and barriers in terms of what they think is possible. And my experience from practicing spirituality and also using the subconscious mind to manifest for many years is that in the beginning, people think, oh, it's just something that I'm convincing my mind to see or experience. So if you convince your mind that your lover is all around, you just look at every woman and you think that they might be in love with you. But in my experience, as you get further along, you literally experience, when you utilize these tools, that reality transforms according to your will in a way, because you become such a powerful manifester that when you just start focusing on something new, or you want to achieve something, it just pops up in your reality. And it's sometimes you just laugh out loud because it's so amazing. And I've had incredible experiences in my life where you use Reiki or your subconscious mind to manifest something, and suddenly it just happens like a lot quicker than you thought it would, and also in a much more amazing way that you could ever imagine. So it's also a very fun practice.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm trying to hold back the joke that you're a babe magnet, so but I couldn't. I let it slip out. But yeah, no, it is great fun. But any things? I mean, all joking aside, though, you do have to be careful of the ego, surely.
Of course.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of spiritual practices talk a lot about getting completely rid of the ego and becoming complete humility and world service oriented. But for me, I'm much more preaching balance. And that's why I also recommend, if you use these Reiki videos or subliminal videos, have some time where you also do these world service meditations, because Reiki gives, but it also wants you to give. And it's a part of the spiritual journey to mature as a spiritual practitioner. And I think us humans, as we evolve along the path, or if you believe in incarnations, across incarnations in the future, as you become more mature spiritually, like I said, when you reach these higher levels of consciousness, you start serving other people more and more and more, and you become, not focused on egotistical things. But of course, we have to take care of ourselves. We have to take care of our life, and it's important to be a strong personality so you can help your family. You could do well in school and at your job. And that's why, again, I underline balance. So be egotistical when it's, good for you.
We're having a human experience, right? So, forgive yourself for being that way, for desiring to be in love, desire to have a successful business or whatever it is that you desire in life. But is it the illusion after, when you become spiritually mature, you start to see through that desire, and the need to help others transcends your own needs?
Yeah, I think that's right on the nail. And I think it just, for me, I've had times where I've been very, like I talked about, fanatic, and you become so in love with this idea of being like a world server, or you want to be an avatar or whatever. But as time goes on, it also just becomes, for me at least, a part of daily life. And I think a part of doing my mission here on earth is the daily grind and being dedicated, devoted, and disciplined in helping other people in the way that I can. And for example, at this time, it's very much focused on Reiki, remote healing, and healing people all around the world. And this is something that I've dedicated myself to, but I also have a family to take care of and a job to take care of. So I find time for everything. And I feel, guided on my path. And I also feel when I go in the wrong way, and I've had a lot of experience, finding my way on my own path. So, give yourself some slack and just stay focused and give yourself time discovering the spiritual journey, because it will, unravel to you what your own dharma is if you put in the work.
I'm just going to share your page again, just so people can get a feel of screen. Let me do this, guys. And I'm going to scroll through this so people can get a feel. I mean, look at this. Reiki for respiratory disorders, Reiki for healing metabolical disorders, Reiki for, I can't even pronounce that, genitourinary, I can't even pronounce that one. Sorry, guys. I got Reiki for neurological disorders, recharge your energy. There's so much on here. Clear ancestral money blocks. Didn't realize that was a thing. I was aware of ancestral healing. I mean, gosh, it goes on and on. And to give up your time is clearly a massive passion, guys. So don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I've just subscribed, so don't forget to subscribe. I'm just going to play one more. Shall we play one more? So, guys,
yeah, definitely.
Just sit comfortably. We're gonna. What are you drawn to? We could do. It's a beautiful one. Reiki for manifesting the best of all possible outcomes. That's a good one for everybody. Let's play that. Just settle down, guys, for a second. Let's have a listen to this. Beautiful. You know, in my head, just think, even if you've had a stressy day, you know, it's great just to chill, listen. You know, whether it's just listen to it as a podcast. Just yeah, nice, really good, love it. So, guys, don't forget to subscribe for that and help Jonas with the channel. That would be great. Jonas, we've been going for almost an hour. Can you believe it? And I just want to say, first of all, thank you for coming on. First of all, before you go there, I wanted to talk about world service meditations. Is that again, is it just literally setting intention, sitting on your own, or is there a group somewhere?
Well, first of all, Paul, I just want to thank you so much for having me on, and thank you for sharing the channel. I really appreciate it. I will make sure to share your podcast with my subscribers as well.
Awesome.
And in terms of the world service meditations, there are different kinds of world service meditation. And like I said, my origins are in Theosophical Fellowship and Theosophical Society, which I know is international, where they do these meditations where you can take part of them. You can just show up. It doesn't cost anything. But if you want to start out at home, I recommend doing the first video that you showed your listeners, which is just healing planet Earth. And you know, even if you don't find that you can feel the energy from the get-go, just give it time and dedicate yourself to this practice, and just play it for 10 minutes to an hour every single day for a month, and see what happens. See how you feel throughout this month if you have this devoted practice of healing planet Earth. And I definitely believe that you won't regret it. Then lastly, if you want to do like a more active approach, I definitely recommend that you check out what is called the Twin Hearts meditation, which is a meditation which is originally created by a Filipino master called Master Choa Koksui. He wrote several books on healing, and specifically pranic healing.
Yeah.
And this meditation, you do exactly also what you actually do using Reiki. You learn how to open up your crown chakra, channel universal energy or pranic energy through your crown chakra and through your heart chakra, out through your hands, and then using your imagination, or you can also put like a prop of planet Earth. You through this meditation, you heal your family, you heal your friends, you heal planet Earth and all beings on Earth. And this meditation it packs so much power. It's amazing. And this is one of my first loves. And actually, when I started doing this meditation, I did this when I lived in Copenhagen, and I was also attending Theosophical Society and Fellowship. I did this meditation for about a week. And of course, I think it was very synchronistic, and this was something that was meant to happen. When I did this meditation, I had a Kundalini awakening, and I felt the Kundalini energy coming from my root chakra, going up through my spine and then out through my heart. And I felt like my crown chakra opened up, and I had this incredible experience, which I can only describe as being on ecstasy for like several hours, where I was just like completely in, you know, a rapture of energy. And I saw like humanity and the animals, and I felt so much love for all these beings on Earth that I just wanted to help them. And this was also a very big part of my awakening process, using this specific meditation, the Twin Hearts meditation, which you can find on YouTube. And this is also a very, very powerful daily practice, and it only takes like 15 minutes. And then you will learn how to channel energy through your crown chakra out through your hands. And it costs $0.
I know, that's exactly what was on my mind. All this information that you're sharing is literally for free, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and support Jonas. That's fantastic. I would like to ask you one question, Jonas. And maybe I should have given you some warning on this, so I apologize. If there was something you could change in terms of your passion with Reiki and, you know, people and understanding, what would it be?
With my understanding of Reiki?
Yeah, and in terms of, you know, it could be along the lines of something we're not doing, something you'd like people to understand more. Is there anything that you've kind of, in your experience, come across that you'd like to change or be helping people become aware?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think one of my greatest messages is, you know, that Reiki is available to anyone, and Reiki can be used every single day as a tool to help yourself, help your family, and help people worldwide. And this is one of my biggest talking points. It's that Reiki is so easy, and it's so easy to access. And I recommend all aspects of Reiki. Being a practitioner and receiving your initiation so you can heal people by yourself, but also simply using these videos to boost your life and manifest the life of your dreams, and healing planet Earth every single day. And simply doing these practices, you will elevate your consciousness in a way that you couldn't even imagine. And these powerful healing tools are just available to people, and they're just in front of them, but they just need the eyes to see. And that's so important, because a lot of people have to go through a process of breaking these barriers of disbelief before they think it's possible. But simply stay disciplined, stay devoted when you use these videos, and you will see the benefits in time, because these processes on the subtle levels of energy and the transformational processes, it's not something that happens at the snap of a finger. It's a process. So the energy goes in and it removes blockages, and as it has removed blockages, then it starts building and building and building, and that's when you really start seeing the benefits of Reiki, is when you start getting rid of the blockages and then start building whatever it is you're trying to achieve or heal or mend or repair in your life. So
beautiful. Well said. Well said. Jonas, thank you so much for coming on Spiritual Talk this evening. It's been such a pleasure, and coming in all the way from Denmark. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me, Paul. It was an honor and a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you.
Guys, and we'll be back soon with another great interview. Take care for now, and we'll see you very soon.